Okay, whoever is joined just now, please share your details. Your name, your phone number, and email ID, so that I can provide you the document, the course content. So whatever the doubts, questions that you have, just keep me posted. Once the class is complete, I'll be answering all your doubts and questions. As this is a demo class, all right. I hope everyone shared your details. Anyone missed out? Okay. So if not shared, please provide your details. Just see the certifications. All right, so we have earlier DP203. Now we will be working on 600 and 700. Okay. So for data engineering, we have DP203 earlier. Now we will be having 600 and 700 and basic 900 fundamentals. So please mute your mics. Any questions, doubts regarding anything, I will give. You can ask me once the class is complete. Okay? All right. So, before starting this, just to tell you about what are the batches currently we are running it. So, currently we plan this as two demo 1 and demo 2. Okay? In the first demo, I'm going to explain you about basic Microsoft Fabric and Azure. In the second demo, we are going to see the Fabric and Azure combination that practically will see. As of now, currently the batches for Microsoft Fabric, the batches is going on morning 7 a.m. That is going to start a new slot. We recently started the 8 a.m. and we are running the 9 a.m. batch for Microsoft Fabric. So almost like here in 8 a.m., almost we have around 15 members. And 7 a.m. recently we are going to start. As of now, this is a second demo that we are giving it. Already there are few people are already confirmed. And the people who are interested for that, we have planned this two demo again so that this course duration will be around 2 to 2.5 months. Okay, so it will be a very lengthy course. That is the reason once we log this slot, again, it will be around after 2.5 months, we will be opening the same 7 a.m. slot. Regarding the Azure, I'm taking the Azure batches as well. The first slot is 6 p.m., which is ongoing classes. We recently started 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. we have a slot for Azure people or Azure Cloud or Azure course. Again, Azure is also a 2 months of the course. If people are interested, companies are working on Azure, they can go for Azure Cloud platform. When people are interested in Fabric, our projects are in Fabric, they can go for Fabric. In next coming pipeline, all the companies will be migrated to the Fabric. So I hope you people know about basic what is Microsoft Fabric. That is what you hear. And next coming pipeline, this completely Azure will be changed into the Fabric. So most of the company for the data engineer or data analyst, we will be using only the Microsoft Fabric. Right? So for the data engineering or data analyst or for data science or machine learning or AI, we will be using only the Fabric. So one process, one license, one storage. There are many advantages that we have inside a Fabric compared to the Azure. So I'll give you a difference between both the portals, and we are going to work on Azure as well. In the Fabric, we are going to see Azure as well. Okay. So overall, I have almost 12 years of experience into IT. You can see in my LinkedIn profile with a name called Liger. I worked with multiple different companies, started with Wipro, IBM, IMI. Then I was working at Digitron Private Limited in Hyderabad in the Skyview. I have experience all in the Microsoft product. All the Microsoft products. So the Microsoft product will help you with whatever the background you comes. It give you a user-friendly feel that easily, even though we come from non-technical background or technical background, easily they can work. Whether it is a Microsoft BA, MSBA, the SSIS, SSRS, SSES, and followed by the Microsoft products. So always Microsoft products we love about because of the graphical user interface. So here for this course there is no specific prerequisite you required, some technologies, but basic SQL commands are required. Okay, like DDL, DML, data select language, some basic about view, basic about stored procedures, so basic functions. Because I am not saying this we required, we use actually, and in the interviews, whatever the interviews you go, there will be around 40 to 45 minutes. Around that, you can expect 10 to 15 minutes for sure in SQL Server, no doubt. Without that, there is no BI developer job. Remember this. You work for a data engineer or data analyst or data science. Any course you go, without having basic SQL, there will be a no interview. Whatever the GUI is there, whatever the graphical is there or interface is there with a drag and drop feature, but with you, if you don't know about basic SQL, then waste of learning the any BI course. So basic is mandatory. So in our regular classes, I am going to help you wherever it required, but you also have to practice. Just seeing the recordings on daily basis that I'm going to give you is not sufficient. You have to practice if you want to go for independent interview. So any interviews regarding BI developers or data engineer or data analyst, you need to have must basic knowledge of SQL. Right? So prerequisite, no background, any background can join this course. Whether you come from diploma or degree or engineer background, any background with support. So most our in IT work, you see those are people from degree background, not even from engineering background. Those are people from diploma background, not even the engineering. So this process is something like is evergreen. These jobs are like evergreen. Have you seen like in current market, all are asking the artificial or the AI models. Still our job is more than the other profiles like Java, .NET, C Sharp, some other coding languages. Their work is end-to-end is writing by your AI. So those people also getting jump into the data engineering, data science, data analyst. Okay. So as the current market in the AI, still we have a jobs market. I'll show you, I'm not saying on the fly, I'll show you the Naukri profile, some other profile, and you see how much job openings for these profiles. All right. Now coming back to the profile. So what is exactly that we are going to do inside Fabric, and what is the use of this tool when compared to other platforms, other cloud platforms. So first we'll understand the capabilities of Microsoft Fabric. What are the capabilities of Microsoft Fabric and Microsoft Azure? This is very important. So we are talking about one storage, one license in Fabric. How exactly it use? So earlier what happened in the normal process, you are using for data engineering the Azure cloud for data processing. I hope everyone able to see the screen. I'm changing the pages. If anyone have any issues, please let me know, okay? For reporting, we are using separate cloud like Power BI and all. For big data processing, we are using separate cloud like a Databricks. For working with another AI applications, we are using separate cloud. Or for the other storages or other components, we are using separate cloud, right? It may be your Azure cloud for data processing, like your data factory is a more important component there in terms of data engineer. The reporting Power BI separate license you have to purchase. Storages separate license you have to purchase. For Databricks, for a big data workload, we have to purchase separate community edition or other editions that we need to take, and we need to work with Apache Spark notebooks for a big data processing or parallelly processing your data. And the other, your AI or data science operations separate cloud, right? So managing the services, managing the process is very difficult. Each and every license you have to pay separate cost, separate storage, separate services. In the current business, in current organizations. So Microsoft even brought the cloud platform called Fabric. So in this Fabric platform, you can do with one license, with one capacity, you can work with all these components, whether it is a data pipeline, data factory, the storages, Delta Lake, Delta storages, your reporting on the fly, your AI applications, your big data processing like Spark notebooks, cluster inbuilt, your other storages, your migrations of your data, your copy jobs, all are available in one single platform called Microsoft Fabric. All are available inside one single platform called Microsoft Fabric, that is called SaaS platform, software as a service platform, where you can do all kind of operations, whether you want to bring a data from the external computes, to process the data, to do the operations, there is a concept called medallion architecture. In the different stages, we have different medallion architectures. Whatever you do, that store in backend the concept called one lake process. Maybe you have been seeing your one drive in your companies. At company level, you have a one account. In that one account, your company is going to give you one drive where you can store your all your documents, your work related stuff, but that is actually handled by your company and you are the sub user in that. Similarly, Microsoft, whether whatever the work you do, it is going to work under the Microsoft Fabric in one lake process. Whether whatever the project you do, the project may be for your sales. These are my workspaces. Workspaces are nothing but a projects. These are like my projects. So whether you work any type of project and you can access any type of services for any project, whether it is a sales or customers, online sales, any workspace you can work and you can access all these services, whether it's a data factory, data engineer, data science, data warehouses, real-time intelligence or real-time process, and followed by your reporting. And many other workload that we have like activators, copy jobs, data flow, Gen 2, Power Query operations. These are like many other operations that we have inside Microsoft Fabric. So you just need to work only on purchasing of one single license. And you no need to search for other operations from other cloud. Just work within the one process. So our actually work will be going to take a data from the multiple different computing systems or different data sources, process them with the help of GUI, with the help of coding, with the help of data pipelines or data flows, Power Query, anything. That will load a data into the bronze layer. What is a bronze layer? It is not a new layer. It is already an existing layer, which is we are working in companies like staging layer we call in our companies, right? So what are the capabilities that is providing by this Microsoft Fabric? Let me list it out so that you'll get more idea about the capabilities or services that is providing by Microsoft Fabric. So there is a different type of storages currently we have inside Microsoft Fabric. What is a different type of storages? The storages may be your data lake, Gen 2. And what is a data lake Gen 1? We will discuss later part. Data lake Gen 1 is nowhere available now. It is completely retired. And we are only using data lake Gen 2. The other account is like data lake, or we can say delta lake storage. On top of this, we have data lake house, where you store delta tables and files. You have other storages like SQL Server, Fabric SQL Server, or Synapse Data Warehouse, AQL databases, and many more other such storages are there within the Fabric, which I'm talking about. Let's come to the data processing. Data processing tools or data injections, or you can say as ETL operations. You can do by using a concept called data pipelines. It is quite similar as data factory inside the Azure. It's quite similar as data factory In your fabric, we have a concept called data pipeline. It's very, very important. If you know data pipeline, there are a lot of jobs, lot of jobs. The other one is data flow concept. It is quite similar like Power Query. I hope you people are from the reporting background, you know what is Power Query. Because nowadays there is no Power BI jobs until you know what is happening in backend. So you need to add one ETL tool in your profile when you're going with Power BI reporting jobs. Just having one skill like Power BI will not sufficient in the current market where we are living in a AI world. So having just Power BI knowledge will not sufficient. I'm not only talking about a Power BI. Any report background come from Cognos, Tableau, ClickView, SSRS. This will not work. When you are switching a company, this will not work. When you have just one skill in your resume, go and try. Then you can join. Within whatever the role and responsibility you see for your reporting, they will must specify you need to have data engineering knowledge. That means at least data pipeline or data ETL processing, how to handle the data, because you are sitting in the last layer. You are sitting over here, the reporting developers. When I show you detail level, let me show you the detail level of picture, which you're going to see a practical session next session. So here people are sitting in the last layer. You are sitting in the last layer. So to get this data, you have to go through these all different layers. If you don't know about this process, it is difficult to work in the companies just having a reporting knowledge. That reporting will be doing by nowadays the data engineer only. If you want to upgrade your skills, you need to have must knowledge on ETL background. At least what is happening in background, you have to know. Because tomorrow your data in the report is wrong. Who is going to fix that data? Your client is saying the report is wrong. Are you going to fix the data? No, there are multiple different processes. The data has to come from the source. We are extracting it. We are loading into a bronze layer. There is some raw data will be there in the bronze layer. Then it is converting into some proper meaningful by using a silver layer, by using notebooks, by using data flow transformations. Then we are moving the data, clean data into a silver layer. On top of that, we are applying some incremental process. This is the process. This is the work we do in real time. We are not just developing the reporting module. We are doing this all the stuff. When you have this much of work, you can expect your salary as well. When you work only on this module, then you can expect your salary on the job. So reporting developers are must know this background skill. Otherwise, you can apply, you can try. If you get a job, that's very good. If not, just focus on roles and responsibility of that particular company. Don't simply apply, just focus on the JD part, job description, or the roles and responsibility part. If that is matching, then apply, no doubt. So I have seen many profiles. I'm taking interviews as well. So I have seen many profiles like that. Right? So data flow is very, very important, guys. So whatever I'm mentioning, we will be seeing that, okay? So data flow, Gen 2 that we have. And the more important is Apache Spark notebooks. Most of the people go for the Databricks, right? They go for the Databricks. They write a code in PySpark, or if I don't know about PySpark, I'll write in the Spark, SQL, and or other languages. So that is what, when you know basic SQL, you can work with PySpark code also. Very simple. Even though you don't know about the code also, that automatically writes a code for you also. That is the intelligence that we have in Fabric. And also we can get a data by using a concept called copy job. It's quite similar like migration, direct one-to-one data copy from the different platforms. One-to-one data copy. One-to-one data copy, not migrated to incremental and as well as a full node. Very interesting topic again. So we have a concept like a shortcut. I hope you people know what is shortcut. You create a shortcut in your desktop. Let's suppose I want to run some shortcut. What happened? It actually points to the some other location, but that shortcut is present in your desktop. Similarly, when you want to bring a data from the external computes like Amazon, AWS, Google Cloud, or SharePoint, or the Azure, or other cloud providers. You want to bring a data, why you're going to copy, why you store the data in your fabric? You no need to store the data in fabric. You create a shortcut, you can extract the data, and you can develop a report on top of that. No need to storing, no need to waste storage capacities. Because if I want to bring a data, I have to load it. So I don't require to load data. On the fly, by using a shortcut concept, I'm going to use and I'm going to bring the data from the multiple different cloud providers. That is called shortcut. Right? And many other concepts are there. So this next that we have is, of course, your data modeling. In data modeling, people, Power BI report developers actually do the Power BI report or called concept called in Power BI, they will develop called semantic model or relationships. What is that? Between multiple different tables or objects called cardinalities. And they develop a concept in semantic model called star, schema, or snowflakes. Right? Snowflakes or the galaxy schema, they develop it. Now I don't require it. I have my own semantic model in Fabric. Semantic model I will develop here only with the default, or I'll create my own semantic model, and you can just connect your reports with my model. Whatever the reports you want to connect, whether it's a Power BI, SSRS, or any other reports you want to connect it. No need to take a headache of creating a semantic model inside a Power BI desktop in the report level. No need. Earlier we used to work like a SSAS model. I worked SSAS model with a company when I was in IBM. I was working with a client called Henkel. There was a laundry care, beauty care products. For that, I was working as an inventory module. So there I was using the SSAS model. Dimensions, fact, developing a cubes. This is one of the component from MSBI stack. Okay. So no need to take a headache of that. You can easily design in. You can design inside. You can easily design inside Fabric. Not only about that, you can also work with reports. Like you can create your own dashboard or individually reports you can develop in Power BI on the fly by connecting the concept call with the storages, or you can connect direct lake process. Direct link process. Not only about this, you you have option for data science, developing the ML models, and AI, including your co-pilot, right? You have a co-pilot. What is it? Right? So multiple other operations you can do inside the fabric. But to go with this, we required the a tenant. We required account tenant, or we call subscription. To work with this all, we required account tenant and subscription, guys. So Microsoft providing you the fabric free account for 2 months of trial period, and here we going to create a license with the concept called capacity. The capacity measures your cost. The capacity start with F2 and it always increment with doubled F2, F4, F8, 16, 32, and so on. F16, 32, 64 is your free trial, and so on till 2048. Capacity is max capacity you have. Right? So you have free capacity that is for 2 months. Microsoft giving you either the F4 for a free or F64 for a free. Clear? Right. So how you're going to claim that? So to perform this, you need to have minimum organization ID, domain ID we call domain ID. If you have domain ID, you can claim for free. If you have a Gmail account, you cannot claim it for free. You have multiple different methods to claim the Fabric account for free for a practicing purpose. I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you with multiple different options. Don't worry. So to log in with that, first we need to connect the app.fabric.microsoft.com. For Azure, portal.azure.com. For the development, there is no hidden portal that we have. So go to any browser, just type app.fabric.microsoft.com. So it's by default going to in Power BI, but on in the below left hand corner you can see there is a fabric. Click on that fabric, and this is my new workload that I'm having in Fabric portal. What is the workload? The workload is anything, whether it is a data engineering, whether it is a data factory, data science, It may be anything. I'm not saying you people to be perfect in all the components, but you have to know how they are attached, each and every component, right? And you can see on top, there is a trial activated, last 51 days is left. Last 51 days is left. And you want to see my capacity, just go and see in the admin portal. You will get more options, but I have disabled because people are using, my other students are using, the other students are using this account. That is the reason I have disabled this one, the admin permissions. But you can see there is a trial capacity. What is this trial capacity? Is F64, which is for free for 2 months trial period. And you can run anything. You can run anything. You can create your project. This is my one account. My another account running other 3 batches. Let me show you the other account where my 3 batches is going on. This is the one? No. This is the one. And we try. And how many days are left with this account, you can see. With this Microsoft Fabric account, I'll jump again. This is my Microsoft Fabric, and here my other multiple batches is running. And you can open any of these batches. You can see all these work items. These are like work items. Whether it's a data pipeline, data flows, data warehouse, Gen 2, semantic model, Spark architecture, anything. And each and every one is related to that. Whether it is a data lake house, storages, or the data pipelines, right? Data pipelines. This is my lake house. What is this lake house? Lake house is something which handles the delta parquet format tables. These are delta tables. Open format tables. And these are my file sessions. These are my shortcut. You can see the link. Don't worry, we'll discuss this practically in the next session so that you'll get more idea. So I'm going to cover this complete diagram. Where is the diagram? I'm going to show you the practical session on this diagram in the next session, so that you'll have clear picture how to work with these components using this Microsoft Fabric services. And how many days is left for this one? 29 days. This is the 29 days is left. Can you see the capacities? Okay, let me go to the admin portal. Now you can see earlier account I was not able to see all these options, but I can see all the options because it having a full privileges, full rights. I can see all the admin access. Can you see the capacity again for this account also? I have 2 accounts in one tenant, which is my previous account. There was a new account. One account is left for 29 days, the one which I'm using. The previous account which I've shown you guys, there was a 51 days is left. Do you want to downgrade this capacity? You can downgrade the capacities also. If you want to downgrade means you want to decrease the capacity to will only support F64 or F4 will support. Only you can downgrade. You cannot upgrade. You cannot upgrade. Only you can do a downgrade capacities. So to upgrade the capacities, we have a fabric capacity here. This one you have to purchase, which companies prefer actually. So from where they're going to purchase? They are going to purchase from the Microsoft Azure. That is the reason in our course, we will see what is Microsoft Azure Cloud. So if I click on purchase, it will take me into Microsoft Azure account. I have to tell what is my Microsoft Azure account. So without knowing the parent concept, you cannot go the child concept. You have to know the history about the process. Can you create now? Yes, I can create now with whatever the capacity you want for your project. This is called capacities. So capacity is nothing but, you can say license, as I said, capacity is actually like an engine for your fabric. Without engine, can you ride the bike? Right? The same thing here. You cannot run the process without this engine. So this is called computation power. Without CPU, without RAM, without other process, you cannot run your laptop. The same thing here. Without infrastructure, without computation power, without resources, you cannot run the fabric. You have to know about the capacities. The question here is how many capacity process, in one capacity, how many process, RAM, memory you will get? You may have a doubt. I'll clarify. Okay, I'm going to clarify. We have a separate Excel sheet. I hope you people shared your name, your phone number, your address, email address. I'll be forwarding the documents. Clear? I hope everyone is clear. Please share your details if not shared. Any questions, any doubts so far? So tomorrow I'm going to show you the whatever we discussed today, the overview, a practical session I'll show you. That will be more interacting, more interesting. You can see that class. Very simple and very easy to get the process into the data engineering or data BI developers or BI jobs. Right? Any questions, any doubts so far? We have few time.